Hi, Perry.
Hi, Perry.
Hi, Ramona and Faye. How are you both?
Oh,
Very
good, good.
well.
Thank you.
Good, good.
Welcome to the Uncut Show. It was so lovely to have you on here. So, Faye kind of told me you're like the social, I don't know, enterprise person. I would love to get to know you a little bit. Tell us all what you do.
Okay, so I'm a bit of everything, to be honest, in terms of like the entertainment world. But I work full time in social media marketing, which I absolutely love. And then to the side, I also do a bit of entertainment. So that's a bit of presenting on the red carpet through to YouTube vlogs about theatre and kind of a bit of everything. So film, TV, music, theatre are those main kind of big four. So yeah, that's really me to a T. I absolutely love doing it. I get very excited when I hear about, new movies, new music, new TV shows, and obviously new casting. So one I'm very excited for, of course, is to find out who's going to be on season 2 of The Traitors, or should I say series 2, not season. We are in the UK, but yeah, very excited for that. With lots of things, I love the entertainment world.
And what made you kind of go into it? When did you step foot into this creative world?
So I've actually been working in social media since it will be 2014 now, so almost 10 years in social media, which is
Wow.
absolutely crazy. I first started in Theatreland, so I did
Mhm.
an internship in the West End, and I was working across lots of different big West End shows. I'm actually wearing a Jersey Boys t-shirt right now, which was one of the first shows I ever worked on. So I was doing
Wow.
content calendars. I was doing behind the scenes shoots, how in rehearsals and things like that. And then from there, I've kind of just kept it up. I've maintained it, and it will be 10 years in 2024 that I've worked in social. So yeah, a
Wow.
pretty epic, almost 10 years. I'm very, very lucky.
Exciting. Wow. And so how did you two connect?
Me and Faye actually met at Six the Musical. So of course, naturally at a theatre. And that was very, very cool. And then we realised we had a mutual friend, didn't we, Faye?
Hamza critiques all the theatre shows in the West End.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
that's his bag.
And he's also a publisher as well.
well, he
and
does more.
books too.
He
So
does.
much.
He
Yeah.
critiques books, but theatre shows is his baby. He loves it. So he
Yeah.
goes along when there's a new show out, and he'll then do a little blog on it. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Incredible.
But yeah, we met at Six the Musical, and then we just got chatting and realised we had so many mutuals. So we connected via Instagram, and
Yeah.
Faye was lovely enough to stay in touch, which is amazing considering you've been so busy since you left the show. And yeah, we've just been chatting online. Faye did a lovely video for me over the weekend for Dover Pride, which I do the social media for. And by the way, Faye, everybody loved it. They're like, "Oh, it's Faye from the Traitors. This is so cool." So yeah, that was really special. So
Tell us about the Dover Pride, because apparently Faye was telling me it was like this huge, like, tell us about it.
yeah, so Dover Pride just took place on Saturday, 26th of August, and it takes place every August bank holiday. But this year it was especially special as we went into our 5th year. Dover typically is painted as a very negative place with the port having lots of issues and so on. But what Dover Pride does is it spreads joy and positivity in the town, which is what you need. But most of all, it supports the LGBTQIA plus community in a local way. So obviously you have all the big prides in London, Birmingham, Manchester, which are typically cities. Dover Pride is a grassroots pride. So we're all a team of volunteers, and every year we put together an event which includes a march through the town. And then we also have a main stage of entertainment and educational speeches where we talk about why it's so important to have pride. But the biggest thing for us is making a difference in the town. Typically when we're painted in such a negative light, sometimes in the press and media, it's nice to have a positive story and also hopefully inspire young people to get involved and do that too. But most of all, post-pandemic, our biggest mission has been to make sure that we're looking after the community in Dover. Obviously being LGBTQ plus, I grew up in Dover. There was never a pride. There wasn't even a gay community. I think there was a very secluded, small,
very
gay
closeted,
scene.
I imagine.
Yes, exactly. When I grew up, so the fact that there's even a pride now, and we're able to walk down my high street where I grew up, being a proud, open, proud gay man, is amazing.
Yeah.
And in 2020, I actually got on board with the team. So I wasn't there the first year. The first year, I just went along to support it. And Dover Castle had a pride flag up, and I was with my friend Lisa Jones at the time. And we both just burst into tears. Like, it was so emotional to see a pride flag, on the castle. And then I got asked if I'd like to get involved because obviously I was in the social media world. So I've taken on board kind of the social media marketing, comms and press. And I absolutely love it. Like, the joy I get from giving back to such a small community is incredible. And that's exactly why I do it.
Do social media as your everyday job. What does that entail, Perry?
So currently I work for various different brands. One of the brands that I work with, I'm in the toy industry, so I work in games.
Do you really?
Yeah, so it's a mixture of like how-to content, but also obviously day-to-day management of those social media channels, which is really, really cool. And then in a past life, I've done social media calendars for like theatres. I've also done some for some famous musicians and artists, which has been amazing. So I've kind of been mostly in the entertainment world or pop culture.
When you say famous, who's famous?
Do you know Anastasia?
Yeah, Anastasia.
Yeah. So I actually did digital consultancy for Anastasia, and I taught her how to use Instagram stories. So I was one of those people that sat kind of on calls with her.
Wow.
And I teach her all about the latest social media updates. And I helped her grow, I think it was about 30,000 followers when I was working with her.
Are you still connected?
Not at the moment, no, but I'd love to. I did see her live last year, actually. I went to see her at Mighty Hoopla, which was lovely. So I had been to quite a few shows in the past. And yeah, she was just amazing to work with. Such an inspiration. Of course, she went through breast cancer and then she recovered. She's got a brand new single out at the moment, which is amazing. And another album coming out. Like, considering, she was so big back at Left Outside Alone kind of time, to see her make this incredible journey is just so inspiring.
Fantastic.
And honestly, her enthusiasm that you see on social media is her as a person. She's a beautiful person inside and out. I hope we get that lovely reunion soon. But from a professional side, obviously, we worked together, we did things together. I was still very much a fan of hers. But naturally, she's such a busy person. I wish I could have stayed in touch. But her management are incredible as well. And I think she's still with the same people, which is LME Worldwide. So she's very, very cool.
So talking about superstars, tell me about that Elton John moment.
Oh, yes. This was very much me.
You were front row, weren't you?
Yeah, I was front row. Sir Elton John has always meant so much to me since a very young age. And that's because my Uncle John, who very sadly passed of an asthma attack, and always used to listen to Elton John. And I think he kind of left it with me. And then my dad would play Elton John. As a family, we play Elton John. And he's just been a huge part of my life. One of my first solos at school was Elton John. So you get the gist. Fast forward to 2017, he put a call out on his social media and he said, I'm looking for people to be part of my final farewell tour. And I said, oh, that sounds amazing. I wonder what it involves. So naturally, I opened up the application, filled in my information and thought, don't know if I'll hear back. I got a call, I think like 2-3 weeks later, saying, hi Perry, we'd like to know a little bit more about you. Why do you think you're a really big fan of Elton John? What makes you Elton John's biggest fan? And I was like, well, I told them the story about my uncle. I told them that I'd seen him live a few times. And then what they did was they said, oh, well, that was great. Lovely talking to you. And I thought, oh my goodness, I don't know.
Oh my God.
I was kind of just left for a bit. And I was like, this feels like super exclusive, but who knows? Maybe I didn't get it. And then I get another email to say, hi, Perry, could you please send us over a video? So it's like a videotape of you in your best Elton outfit. So what I did was
my God.
That was amazing. You're going to have to look on Perry's socials afterwards.
I have to see this.
Oh, that was incredible. Carry on, Perry. Sorry.
So I grabbed the fake fur and I put it on and then I put the big glasses on and I recorded a lip sync to, I think it was, Crocodile Rock. And all they wanted was a 15 to 30 second video of me rocking out to Crocodile Rock. So I did that, I submitted it, and I thought, goodness me, so that's second round done. It was almost like an audition. And then I got a call and they said, "Hi, Perry, are you available at the end of this week or next week?" I can't remember how soon it was, to come to Camden to record a video. And I wasn't allowed to tell anybody at the time. It was top secret. So, of course, I go along to this shoot. It was in Camden. It was in a beautiful film studio. I had to sign a lot of contracts, as you do, you know, not tell anybody until XYZ date. And I knew, I think, for about 6 months before he announced it, that I was going to be part of that tour. So basically what I did was I got to meet his makeup artist. She did my makeup. Basically, the outfit I came in, they were like, "It's perfect. We don't need to add anything. We'll just give you a hat." And literally that's all they gave me. Went straight onto set, and I did about 2 or 3 hours filming and dancing to Crocodile Rock. Little did I know that video was going to be used with, I think it was only about 15 other people, in a compilation of dance and singing videos to Crocodile Rock for his actual tour, which I think went to it was crazy how many countries it went to. And it was on every single tour day. So, of course, you know, all these big famous people have gone to see the tour, seen my face on that tour.
Wow.
Lady Gaga went in LA, and it's like, no way. So I actually booked them well in advance, and I got ones quite near the stage.
Yeah.
But then 2 weeks before the show took place, my friend texted me. She was getting like a manicure at the time, and she was struggling to text, but for some reason she was just browsing. Anyway, I don't know whether it was facial something. She was just texting me. She was like, "Perry, I think I've got front row tickets to Elton John." I said, "What?" She goes,
"What?"
She goes, "I think I've got front row tickets to Elton John." And I said, "Show me a screenshot." It was like A2 center, like row A, and I was like, that's front row. Book it.
Yeah.
For the normal price, it wasn't any VIP.
No.
What?
Any other show? Yeah. So I'd already had my tickets. I was like, he's doing like 10 dates there. Let's book it. So we booked it, and so obviously 2 weeks later we go together. I'm front row. I've got this full-on. I've got the Rocket Man look on with the feathers,
fantastic,
and the glasses.
You look amazing.
Thank you, Faye. And then, of course, he comes out. Naturally, I start crying. It's quite emotional. Front row, he's right there, you know. And towards the end, the last 5 songs, he invites everybody to stand up in the first 5 rows to come forward, so right in front of the stage. So at that point, I'm even closer to him. Now, this is where the magic happens. So to the left of me, there's like the cast of A Little Life. So like James Norton, Dua Lipa in the pit, just, you know, casually chilling to the left. And then there's me at the front. And as he came along, I noticed that I could turn my camera around, just like get him in shot. I thought nothing of it. I thought, I just want to show people, you know, I was this close for this show. So as I go to take it, he pauses, he poses, he goes like this.
I know.
Take kind of like a picture, and then he carries on. And that was just the most magical.
You'll have to watch it. It's on Perry's social.
I'm gonna check it out after
honestly,
this.
And I remember messaging you saying, "Bloody hell, my God!" You know,
it was
how
amazing.
close were you? Fantastic.
Yeah, it's had over 1.1 million video views on TikTok, which is insane in my brain.
Your personal
insane.
TikTok?
Yeah,
See, I'm not really on TikTok. I am on TikTok, but I don't use it.
But it blew up, and it was just unbelievable. The amount of people being so lovely. But the most surreal part for me was, I'm not really anybody. I just do my own thing. But the amount of people afterwards coming up to me, hugging me, asking for photos, saying, "We loved your enthusiasm throughout the show. Like, keep up this energy." Was very surreal. I actually had a bit of a cry on the way out. So I was like, people have been so kind. Like, it was probably one of the most welcome shows I've ever felt at. Like, it was just beautiful, a beautiful atmosphere, and the people there were just stunning.
But I also saw you at the Barbie premiere.
Yeah,
you were getting lots of love at the Barbie premiere.
The Barbie premiere was one of the best premieres I've ever attended.
Hold on, which one did you go to? America or UK?
UK, London.
Oh, UK.
So it was just before, obviously, everything kind of shut down for premieres and press.
That's
so
right.
I think it was beginning of July. And so obviously demand was extremely high. There was over 1,000 people in line. And I managed to get in, which was incredible. I wore a full-on pink outfit.
Oh, it was stunning.
Hat, pink glasses.
Absolutely stunning.
I took a Barbie, because I had to take a Barbie, didn't I? You can't not to a Barbie movie.
Of course.
And so I'm stood there, you know, waiting for the big names to arrive. and the first person to turn up is Dua Lipa. So I thought, oh my goodness, she's going to be so in demand. She won't have any time for anybody. She took a selfie. She comes over, takes a selfie. So that was like bingo, a great start.
Yeah.
When I say I met the whole cast, I literally met the whole cast there, which was beautiful, amazing, surreal, and incredible. Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are the sweetest. Like,
I'm obsessed with them. I love them.
They are so cool and just so lovely. Like, Margot just stopped in her tracks and was like, oh my goodness, you look amazing. Let's take a photo. So she suggested the photo and I was just like, what's going on? This is not happening. And Ryan was like, oh, you look awesome. What, do you want anything signed? Do you want to take photos? I was like, yeah, I'll do everything. He signed a poster, so a Ken poster, and he signed my Barbie. So I have a full cast of the Barbie cast on a Barbie doll, which is mad surreal. I've got an Elton John Barbie, actually. So if we connect the two, I've actually got his exclusive Barbie that he released, I think it was 2 years ago. So I've now got Elton John Barbie, Margot Robbie Barbie signed. I'm hoping that one day I'll get the Elton one signed too.
Oh, you will, Perry, because you really embrace it. You know, when I look at Perry's socials, I mean that it was a pink carpet, wasn't it, for Barbie? They didn't have red, camp. They had pink. It was gorgeous. But when I looked, you were the one that stood out. You know, there's everybody else coming with their pink jackets or pink, but you were just out there.
Thanks, Faye. I appreciate that.
I think this year, people, like for this Barbie movie, I can tell you, like, I'm in Germany. I mean, people have gone sick on it. Like, I turned left. Yeah, like left, right, and center, everything is pink. And I went to the opening here, right? And I just went normally and actually wore a pink suit. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
And then I rocked in my pink suit and my pink nails.
Yes, so
and we like literally went there because it was quite late here. Actually, it was more crazy in America than UK, and then the hype hit Europe, and then Germany got with it. You know, I don't know why the Germans are always so slow with these kind of things. They're more interested in tech and business. You know what I mean? TV kind of comes at the end, but it was lovely. But I'm so upset that I missed the UK launch because apparently it was. Yeah, the premiere was amazing, and apparently you guys got given. There was a lot of goodies, and I think even inside, the people told me it was incredible, the setup.
Yeah, they had like a pink Barbie photo booth because it's London. Because you can't not, can you? They had a pink TARDIS. They had the pink car in London. Like, they just had everything. And the one thing that was crazy was Selfridges had a whole section of Barbie. So they
I saw that.
Transformed it into Barbie's dream house. And then what else was there? There was a popcorn pop-up in Shoreditch, which was all Barbie branded that I went to as well. So I just had a full-on Barbie day. I was just like, I am loving this promo. So why not get the hype?
Next time you're taking us, we're gonna go.
Let's go.
The next time, me and Faye are in. Okay, definitely, obviously not gonna be Barbie, but whatever's happening next, we're coming with you. We're gonna dress up with you, and we're gonna like rock the carpet.
There you go. You've got to remember that, Perry. You need to get that in your diary. That look.
We will.
Are you going to the NTA?
No,
next week?
I really want to.
Would have been happy to see you. But come to the National Social Awards in.
Well, you probably will be going to the
NSMA.
social ones, won't you?
Are you going to NSMA in October?
I haven't had that invite yet, but it's still quite early, to be fair.
But you are into social media, Perry, so that is your platform.
That's massive.
I shall check it out.
It's all about social media. NSMA. So just type that in on Instagram. You need to get yourself on there. Like I'm arranging it anyway. I'm sponsoring it, so I'm part of some of the people are sponsoring it. So I know Faye is gonna be there. She's gonna come with me. And you make sure you let me know if you want to come. We can go.
I will. I'd love to. That sounds great.
Have some fun there. Perry, what else? Tell us about. Is there anything else you want the public to know? Do you want to discuss any projects coming up or any events for us to keep an eye out so we can always, join you with them?
Well, I've got something that I can't really talk about at the moment.
Oh my God! Right. Talk about it.
It's something I can't talk about. But what I can say is that I have been invited to a very exclusive launch in September. Right. It's launching a brand new West End show with somebody who has worked on shows such as Legally Blonde, Kinky Boots, big Broadway director, producer, and choreographer.
Wow.
Right.
And yeah, the announcement should be pending. But yeah, basically, I can't say too much about it just yet. But
pending, Faye. It's pending.
But what will you be?
My favourite person ever, who I've been talking about on this chat, might just. No. Manifestation works, people.
Oh, yeah, of course it does. Yes, it does.
Wow. So will you be doing the social side of things?
Most likely, yes. So they've invited me to attend. We haven't been told what it's about. Like, we don't know. We've just been told that this particular person is launching something, and they want us to be there for the announcement, basically, which often happens with West End shows. They'll tell you the person involved. It's normally just a producer or one actor, but they won't tell you exactly what it is. And then you turn up and they tell you and make the big reveal. But this one is bigger than ever, purely just because of the type of invite. You know, it's going to be special when you get a special kind of invite. But that should be, it's actually very soon. I need to check my emails. I think it's next week. So yeah, look out for it. I'll be posting about it.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna click and add to your page, or maybe I already have on my personal. I wanna catch up with you, Perry, on what you're doing.
Definitely, would love that.
So you said you're obsessed with shows. Have you seen Rise and Fall?
Yes, I watched Rise and Fall.
There you
go.
Tell us about Rise and Fall.
What do you think?
Do you know what? I thought it was so different as a show. I really love Studio Lambert. Like, I love what Studio Lambert do. I actually got an email about The Traitors before it happened, the first season.
You didn't?
Yeah, and I just couldn't take the time.
What, to apply, you mean?
Yeah, so
wow.
So I looked at it. I was like, oh, this sounds really interesting. So naturally, I was like, oh, this sounds interesting, but how's it going to be? You know, will it take off? Who knows? And it was because I applied for The Circle. So ages ago, I applied for The Circle, which was social media specific. And I thought, oh, that screams my name. Like, it looks fun. I think it's quite educational, and then it teaches people that people can pretend to be somebody else, which is so important. Catfishing is dangerous. And that show was very, I thought, eye-opening, but also hilarious, because you knew you were going in there to have fun and pretend to be somebody else.
I like The Circle. I think The Circle was a very good social.
So Rise and Fall, did you watch the whole thing or just dipped in? Because some people.
So I got to the episode.
He dipped in and he dipped out.
No, I was watching consistently until I had about 5 events in a row, and because they show it every single night. I got to the episode where you came back, Ramona. So I loved it when you came back. I was like, yes. We love that.
Well, there's people who are like, thank God she's fucking out of there. But then there was people who were like, thank God I'm back. Because obviously, the crappy trolling that happens on Instagram. Half the people are talking about my tits, including the son and the guy. I was like to the Guardian, I'm like, do you guys have something better? They're like, do you want to comment? I'm like, no, I'm not going to comment. I'm a businesswoman. I don't have time to defend my tits. They're big. That's it. They're on the show.
Done.
And they're going to, I'm a curvy girl. If that was a skinny girl in a suit with their tits out, trust me, nobody would have said anything. They would have said, you look lovely, dear. But because of me, because you're a curvy girl, I mean, anyway, at least they talked about me. So good or bad, it is what it is.
As well, you have to remember there's an edit at the end of the day, so they're going to paint you in the way they want it to be perceived, which is always
a bit funny, right? At the beginning, though, I really thought I'm not the villain. I thought like me as a person who doesn't know what she's doing. This is a new reality show, right? We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're supposed to do. All I know is Rise or Fall. I don't know if there's going to be an elimination. I don't know how people are getting eliminated, and we don't know what the challenges are. No idea. So the fact that I was actually winning the money and then got thrown out for being a threat, and I'm like, hold on, what the fuck?
You were doing really well. Yeah, you were doing so well.
Like,
it was such a mind game, because what they did is they separated the two, and it was all about hierarchy and different levels of power, I think. So I would have struggled with that, because I like to be on a level with everybody. So if someone's lower than me in a position or higher, I always like to bring them to the same level and see how which I think you did really well, Ramona, considering the pressures of other people that had come in. So there was new people in there that you hadn't met before, but there was also other people like Connor and people that you already knew from the first couple of episodes or days or however long it was.
Yeah, as a grafter, when I met Moses and what's his name, Isaac, all of these guys came in new, after, obviously during the duration, the 4-5 days that I was missing, these kind of new people came in. It was weird, but then it was also a bit good and refreshing. I'm like, okay, new people, different perspective. And remember, mind you, I went straight up as a ruler, so I never got to even grind with Connor and some of the other people. I was never around them. So when I finally was, and it was actually really fun, because I was like, at that point, fuck it, if I'm gonna go up, I go up. If I'm gonna be such a huge threat, I might as well just enjoy myself as a grafter and just go through the challenges and increase the prize fund. That's what I did. And I ended up being, and then I ended up being in the finals. I think, you know, the most genuine people, not all of them, but some of them, the most genuine people ended up being in the final. And I wish it was another 6 people, I wish the table looked a bit different at the end, but then again, it is what it is. But what did you think of the show? Do you think it was like, or was like
I think what they could have done with is perhaps breaking it down a little bit, because I think one a night is a lot, whereas the Traitors was spaced out a lot more.
Yeah, we had
made
3
it,
max
you
in
had
a
more
week.
time. You had more time to catch up. So with a busy person like myself, when I'm busy with full-time work and events in the evening, I found it difficult to watch every single night. I just wanted, like, similar to Traitors, 3 episodes one week so I could watch it.
And then Monday night,
and then I'm ready for it. Yeah, I'm ready for the next set of episodes.
Hold on, I was filming, so I don't know. Was it on every night or once a week?
Pretty much.
Rise
every
and Fall
night.
was, yes.
Every night.
You had to either download the whole lot and watch it in one hit, or...
Yeah. And I like watching them in stages, because it builds up the anticipation.
I do not think they posted every night. Did they really post the show every night?
It was almost.
It was
definitely a lot more than Traitors.
We had 3.
That's quite intense, actually, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Like, especially when you've got other streamers. You know, when there's other stuff going on. And I think at Rise and Fall, I thought it was another big show on at a similar time. So it does make things quite difficult, because people will just pick between the two. But I honestly love the concept. I just think, again, they just need to make it a little bit more digestible, shorter, like either shorter in the evening, like 30-minute episodes you can watch on your commute, or do what the Traitors do 3 hours, 3 episodes that you can space out across the week, and then finish it after a month and a half or so. It was brilliant though. Like, the concept was excellent, because it was just making you think about the way that you talk to people, and it also makes you realize that actually everybody, no matter their position, will always have a heart. Like, really, they're always going to be upset by something. They're always going to feel positive about someone in some way. And I think it was lovely to see that. Obviously, naturally, with TV shows, they're going to make drama, but it was just lovely to see that actually, no matter whether you were high or low, whether you rose or you fell, you were all in the same boat. And I think that was, which we are in this world, aren't we? We're all going through very similar things. We live.
Yeah, we come to the world with nothing. Guess what? We're gonna leave with nothing.
One candidate that left, the guy that owns the restaurant, he couldn't.
One of the contestants.
He couldn't cope with being in the basement. He said that wasn't for him.
It's because of his lifestyle. So, like, even for me, if I didn't have to do this, but I'm a person, if I commit, I gotta follow it through.
Definitely. And what an experience.
Wow. Yeah, I think for him it was more like, it's not my lifestyle, I'm not gonna do it. I have all the money. And actually I could have also been like, fuck this, I'm getting on a plane back to Germany. Why am I gonna do this? Like, I want to go back to my nice, beautiful house, my dogs, my cars, my boat, and I want to enjoy my life. But I actually did it because, God, you commit, you do it. It's an experience you won't actually probably do again. Like, bloody hell, I was like swimming in cockroaches at one point. I was running in a sauna. Will I ever do this in real life?
I couldn't believe that episode. That was running through a sauna. That was my
first challenge, and I was like, really?
Like, I just think as well, like, surely you need water. Like, you pass out so fast. Did you have water like there?
No. There, you can see it. There is one small, like, little small bottle with a little cap thing.
Oh, okay.
And you can see it next to us. And
I'd have been asking for tons. I'd have been like,
so like you can, you can. And I was just like doing this.
Mine was the dog food, Ramona. The dog food.
Don't even. Just watching that myself, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, Connor's face, like half of them guys, even they're like just doing the gag reflex. Yeah, it was. I mean, I think Rise and Fall needs time. I mean, it needs to be pushed a little bit more. A lot of people don't know about the show, actually.
No. Do you think they'll do season 2 or not?
I've spoken to someone just quite recently from production, and they're looking to do a season next season.
Really?
But they said, because there's a little news going around that they wouldn't, but they actually told me there is, and we just haven't casted yet. So
I feel like they're going to look at the pattern as well of streaming and the behaviours of viewers, because I think if they're end up watching this, consider the breakdown of episodes like the Traitors did, because it just makes it more you can take it in a lot better.
And the competition, like you said, Perry, because I think there was some other big program on with Rise and Fall, wasn't there? On the other...
I can't remember what it was, but I feel like it was a very similar time, an hour before.
I feel like I left the world for like a month.
No, seriously, there was another program that ran beside it, because I remember thinking, I better record one and watch one.
Yeah. Which one was it? I just can't remember what it was.
Was it Across the World?
Race Across the World?
Right, yeah. Do you think that was because the Channel 4...
Big show. Basically, it was a very big show at the time, and I think it was between the two, and I think a lot of people... I do remember that. I feel like it might have been, the other show. I can't... I'm not sure.
Well, I guess they best be airing it more then.
Yes, definitely.
Well, tell us, Perry, is there anything else you would like to leave us with?
So I think there are lots of things to look forward to, definitely on my social in terms of what I'm doing.
Good.
Lots I can't really talk about. There's also loads I could talk about, so I could be here for hours chatting with you. But I think I just say to anybody out there who's got a dream to chase it. Never let somebody say that you can't, because you can. I'm always being told, no, you'll never achieve that. You'll never do that. But honestly, you can. As I said, I might not have applied for the Traitors or Rise and Fall when I got those emails, but actually it's because my life's on a different path at that time. So if the right thing comes up, I'll go for it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't. And I just think as well, just always be yourself. I always leave that message with people. It's really corny and true, but I've lived with it since I was at school being bullied. I always say, always be happy to be yourself and stay smiling. Things can get really tough, but actually I even learned scientifically, if you fake a smile, it releases, I believe it's like some sort of endorphins or like serotonin.
Correct.
It does. I just think stay smiling. Things can get tough, but keep going. You've got this. Find me on TikTok and YouTube at Perry Presents, and the same for Facebook. But on Instagram, it's slightly different. It's Perry O'Brien 123. And I've had nickname for years, so I thought, I'd keep it. Why not?
Right, Perry O'Brien is gonna be on season 2, Rise and Fall.
Season 2. Well, he's definitely not on season 2, The Traitors, because he probably wouldn't be sitting here now.
Sitting here talking to us, exactly. So much for coming to the Uncut, and we'll catch up with you soon and bring you back on and see where you are and what you're doing in life. And I'm coming to London in like a week. If you're around, let's catch up, some tea or do something. Faye, we can arrange something.
That'd be lovely.
Let's do something.
Let's do it.
Lovely.
Perfect.
Lovely, Perry.
Great
Bye,
to chat
Perry.
to you.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.